wanted to do is take a few minutes and just share with you a way that you can actually use the Myviewboard with your remote students. So a lot of you are encountering some issues regarding how do you stream at the same time that you use the board. Every time that you write over top of it, your students at home aren't seeing what's going on. They're not seeing the whiteboard screen that pops up, even though that you might be sharing the screen. And the reason that that's happening is that if you use the built-in tools that are along the side, now yours might look a little bit different because of the version that you're using, but if you use the tools that are along the side, what that's doing is actually writing over top of it. So if you think about this as like a plate of glass, and if you would write in the glass, it doesn't actually get through to onto the screen. That's what's sort of going on because you're writing over top of the board rather than writing in the board, if that makes any sense. So to get around that, what I'm going to do is share with you actually two really cool resources that Myviewboard.com has come out with, and that is the Myviewboard Classroom and the Myviewboard Whiteboard online. And these two tools working together are really going to help you make use of your time with your students remotely as much as possible, especially when you have students coming in and out, if you have a blended classroom, or if you're fully remote. So any of these opportunities that I'm about to show you are available for you. They're available for free. So all you have to do is go to myviewboard.com and click on the sign in button. This sign in button will allow you to sign in using Google, and your Google account is already linked here. So all that you have to do is sign in with Google. So once I sign in with Google, what you'll have access to is everything on your Google Drive as well, so you'll be able to pull in files and everything. And you'll ultimately be taken here after a couple of sign up screens if you haven't logged into it before. So if you take a look here, there are two tools that are on the left hand side that says Classroom and Whiteboard online. So I'm going to first show you the Whiteboard option, which is really nice, which is a really neat tool. So if I click on Whiteboard, what this will allow you to do is, if you notice, everything is housed inside your browser. So it's inside the browser here. It's not like you're writing over the board. I didn't touch the tools that are along the left-hand side, but you'll be able to do everything that you were able to do earlier or previously. So if I look here, I now have all my tools on the left-hand side here, and you can drag these and move them around if you would like. But if I grab like the pen tool and write on the screen, now I have the ability to draw on the screen, draw over objects, write words, and this now will be captured by like a Google Meet or a screencast. Before it wouldn't, but now it will. So you're able to record what is going on your screen just by going to myviewboard.com and logging in and clicking on that whiteboard option. You can also bring in other various mediums. So you can bring in stuff from your Google Drive. So it's connected to my Google Drive right now. I can bring in those. I can bring in YouTube. I can bring in YouTube videos. I can bring in other websites. So you're able to do a lot within this Magic Box tool. So along the left-hand side, a lot of the same tools that you had before. You're able to bring in shapes as well. So if I can bring in, like, there's my rectangles. I can bring in other shapes if I would like to. And I can also throw sticky notes onto the board. So if I toss a sticky note there, I can end up typing on it, I can change the font and everything. So everything that I'm doing right now can be captured by a Google Meet. So when you're live streaming with your students, you're teaching them remotely, my number one recommendation is going to go online, log into myviewboard.com, then start your meeting, and then use the whiteboard that's in there. Do not use the tools that are along the left-hand side or right-hand side of your screen. These will not work on a Google Meet because it's not recording what's going on in the browser or on the screen. What it's doing is writing over top. Like I said, that analogy of writing over a pane of glass. So that's that tool. So what I wanted to do is also show you that there's another tool, and that is the Myviewboard Classroom. And this is a really, really robust tool that allows you to connect with your students and see what they're writing, see what they're doing, control their screens, push out information, set up assignments and what have you. So it looks very similar to what we had before, where you're able to do all the same tools. You're able to write on the board. But what's nice is that the students can actually tap into this classroom, and you can actually set up huddles with your students where you can have small groups where you can set up that information. So as students start to connect, you can look at the different pages. You can set up different groups, and I'll be posting some more information about how to utilize all the features of the Myviewboard Classroom, but you are able to write directly on the screen and your students would still be able to see it. So there, everybody would be able to see it. That's in huddle number 1, and that could be, or on a student's screen if they're taking notes, if they're doing an assignment, you can switch back and forth. So you're able to pull in all of the students and join. So if you want students to join this session, you can give them this code and they're able to actually log in and see what's going on, exactly what's on your screen, so in high resolution. They don't have to worry about buffering or anything on their end when you're in the actual meet and sharing your screen. This is, again, one of 2 ways that you're able to share your screen with your students during a Google Meet. And they're actually able to see you right over top of the screen. You can pull in documents here if you wanted to by clicking on the magic box tool, going to Google Drive, which it should be connected here. Yep, so if I just go, I'm going to go ahead and grab something here from one of my folders. Here is this document here, and I can actually just drag it right onto the screen. It's going to load that document into the screen. I'm going to annotate right over top of it. So, wow, multiple different documents. So if I go ahead and select all, I can import those, and you can see it's loading up all of those pages for me to view. And as soon as it's done loading, you will be able to see how to write over top of them. Okay, so as you can see here, this document was pulled in directly from Google Drive, and now if I wanted to, I can go ahead and grab my pen tool, and I can underline things, I can circle things, I can write notes directly onto the screen, and then my next page is saved on the next page of this. It's almost like a flip book. And then I can go in, I can circle some more stuff, cross some things out, underline, and do a lot of really cool annotation skills here. And again, everything is being pulled from Google Drive. You can bring presentations in here as well. So slideshows, anything that you currently have on Google Drive, you can pull directly into myviewboard.com, annotate over it, or just advance through the slides, and the students at home are going to be able to see all of that. So again, what I'm suggesting is go to myviewboard.com. Once you open up the Chrome box on the screen, start your Google Meet, go to myviewboard.com, and if you're annotating over that screen, students are going to be able to actually see everything going on through their Google Meet. So hopefully this has been helpful, just some tips and tricks. You can use the Whiteboard or you can use the Myviewboard Classroom to connect with your students while you are teaching remotely. Thanks, this is Josh from The Edge. I'll catch you next time.